Welcome back to DIY My Way. A number of subscribers have been curious about what's been going on inside the shop. I've given you limited perspectives about what's been going on there, what it looks like since I built it last year. And so today I thought I would give you a peek inside. So come on inside and let's have a look. Welcome to my shop. Come on in, don't be shy. My shop building is 56 feet long and 30 feet wide. It has 3 bays and each one has two 30,000 lumen high bay light fixtures. The lights in each bay can be switched independently. Each bay has 3 outlets on each side with separate breakers for each set, with the exception of the back left bay area, which has more for the countertop workbench area. There's also an outlet on the circuit that feeds the shop fan and rear outside lights. I also have a dedicated circuit for a small under-sink 120-volt hot water heater, and 2 dedicated 20-amp circuits for high-powered 120-volt tools like my titanium Flux 125 welder. Oh, and of course a couple of 240-volt 50-amp circuits. All of this is powered by a 100-amp panel with plenty of room for expansion. As you know, I keep Big Orange here, with accessories and some implements behind it. And on the left wall of Bay 3, my countertop bench, cabinets, and utility sink are going in. I'll eventually build an 8x3 or 8x4 movable workbench to go about here. On this section of wall, I'll have a wood storage rack, and on this wall, a metal storage rack. My general work area will look something like this. Notice it overlaps the tractor accessories and implements area. Since my indoor implements are on dollies, they can easily be pushed tighter together or elsewhere when I need room for a large project. And what about this area? Well, it can be for projects, but eventually I plan to get a side-by-side ATV which will go here. Soon after the shop was completed, I started framing in the walls so that I would be able to mount shelves, hooks, and pegboard as needed. Eventually I'll sheath them in 1/2-inch OSB panels and paint them white. The wooden walls will also give the building extra racking strength against strong winds. Notice that once I have a section framed and squared up, I temporarily attach a 2x4 to hold it square until I attach a permanent diagonal 2x4 on the back. Clamps temporarily hold the wall section up while I use Tapcon concrete screws to attach the wall to the floor. Then I use wood screws to attach the top of the wall to the girt. Next, I go about wiring the walls with 120 and 240 volt outlets. This one is the 50 amp 240 volt outlet in the back of the shop. I bought some inexpensive unfinished cabinets for my workbench area. Before I could install the cabinets, I needed to fix an issue with the utility sink drain pipe, which was leaning in toward the wall too much. A heat gun and tarp strap did the trick. Notice the piece of metal siding I used as a heat shield for the insulation.
So to protect the cheap particle board from possible water on the floor, I'm going to raise them off the floor a little bit with some 1x material. Just band it around it. It'll give it strength where there really is very little right now, and also kind of isolate the particle board from the floor. The other thing I'll do is besides shooting it in with brads, I'm going to put glue along here, and the glue will also serve as a seal to hopefully seal up these pores In addition to gluing the piece of wood on, I'm hoping it will seal it so that moisture can't wick up into it.
I also added some blocks of wood in the middle and the corners to support the longer front and back strips. I've attached the uppers to the top plate there. You can see the screws running along there, and to a 2x4 run along the bottom there. Half of it sticks down below so that I can attach the wall and such, and I had to put a piece up along this way so that the well, in this case the pegboard, which will be up under here and in between the cabinets, can go in there. And likewise, I framed the walls down here so that the cabinets will have places to attach to. Of course, I got the cheap unfinished cabinets, so they don't have any frills. They don't even have corner wedges here where you can attach countertop to. So instead of that, I'm going to cut and put strips on this side, and on that side I'm going to attach these two cabinets together here in the middle. And likewise over there I'll have strips along here so that I actually have an edge to attach the countertop to. Then I painted the cabinets a light gray and bought some countertop for the bench. The bottoms of the drawers are not really much more than cardboard and will sag under any significant weight, so I added some support strips to strengthen them. This area back here is going to be the main workshop area of the building. I've got one more cabinet to add. That's this sink basin cabinet here. It's going to go right in here with a piece of countertop on top of that and a shop sink mounted in here, very much like my shop in my basement. For the countertop bench, I'll add an LED shop light and LED under cabinet lights for plenty of task lighting. The water line is buried under the slab and stubs up in both the left and right walls. Inside the utility sink cabinet, the plumbing includes a pressure regulator, the water feed for the sink, and a gray water drain line. The small water heater will go here. There's also a line with a cutoff valve going to the outside rear faucet. Likewise, I have one for the front of the shop as well. I have a retractable extension cord up here, but I think I'm also going to put one right over there, maybe to the left of that window. And of course, no shop is complete without a carbon monoxide alarm / explosive gas alarm. And of course I have my variable speed shop fan. I may get a big window air conditioning unit above the rear door someday. Finally, I should mention how nice it is to have what I like to call a big back porch on the back of the shop. It's perfect for keeping my other implements out of the weather. So that's it for today's tour. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I would appreciate your comments as to what you think of my plans for the shop and what suggestions you might have that might make it better. So if you've enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you'd click that like button, Leave a comment, and by all means, please subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.